You realize there are American legends who could do without this thought. Neil Armstrong quality Cernan have both affirmed against business spaceflight in the manner that you're creating it, and I can't help thinking about what you consider that I was exceptionally miserable to see that, since those folks are no doubt you realize those folks here's mine, so it's truly extreme. You realize I wish they would come and visit and see the equipment they were doing here, and afterward I think that would change their life. They propelled you to do this, didn't they? Yes. Furthermore, to see them projecting stones in your heading, it's troublesome. Did you anticipate that they should support you? So they trusting it would. What are you attempting to demonstrate to them? What I'm attempting to do is to make a huge distinction in spaceflight and assist with making spaceflight available to nearly anybody. One of the most troublesome decisions I have at any point looked in life was in 2008, and I assume I could perhaps $30 million left, finished 30 or 41 else left in 2008. I had two options. I could place her everything into one organization, and afterward the other organization would kick the bucket, or split it between the two organizations, and their smartest option of between two organizations, then both may bite the dust. What's more, when you put your blood, sweat and attacks making something a harasser, something it resembles a youngster, thus it said, which one am I going to allow one to starve to death? You can force myself to do it so quick I part the cash between two. Luckily the integrity aggregate of future. What was your greatest disappointment in transforming you? Well, there's a ton of disappointments en route, that is for sure, with the exception of ESA as a help for SpaceX. The initial 3 send-offs fizzled, and we were scarcely ready to talk together. Enough parts and cash to do the 4th send-off that both sent off and bombed. We would have been dead. So numerous disappointments en route. I made a good attempt to get the right aptitude in for SpaceX. I made a good attempt to view as an extraordinary boss designer for the rocket, however, yet the great boss designers wouldn't join. Furthermore, the terrible ones, well, there's no point in recruiting them, so I wound up a boss specialist of the rocket. So in the event that I would be able to have found someone better, then we would have perhaps had under 3 disappointments. The 3rd disappointment straight. Did you think I really want to pack this in? However, why not? I never surrender. Such countless individuals attempt to convince me not to begin our organization. It was insane. One old buddy of mine gathered an entire series of recordings of rockets exploding and made me observe those. You simply didn't maintain that I should lose all my cash. We're doing these things that appeared to be probably not going to succeed, and we've been lucky, and to some degree accordingly far they have succeeded. This moment is the opportunity to face challenge. You don't have children as you might more seasoned your commitments at any point increment, and when you have a family you begin taking risk for yourself as well as for your family too. It gets a lot harder to do things that probably won't work out, so presently is an opportunity to do that before you previously you have those commitments. So I would urge you to face challenges currently. Do something intense. You will love it. How could you figure you plan to begin a vehicle organization and find lasting success at? However, I didn't actually figure Tesla would find success. I figured we would in all likelihood bomb, yet I felt that we basically could address the misleading discernment that individuals have that an electric vehicle must be revolting and slow and exhausting like you vote. However, be that as it may, you say you didn't expect the organization find actual success. Why attempt? If something is significant enough, you ought to attempt regardless of whether they most likely result as disappointment, or how would you contemplate making a choice when everybody lets you know this is an insane thought? Where do you get the interior solidarity to do that? I'm office. Well, I'd say I really think I feel dread firmly, so as long as however, I simply have the shortfall of dread of I feel it unequivocally. Be that as it may, there were times when something is significant enough, you trust it enough. In any case, you do it regardless of the trepidation. I contemplate what's going on with everything. Innovation arrangement is fundamental to accomplish the specific objective, and afterward attempt to gain as much headway in that bearing as conceivable. I naturally suspect the being a multi-planet animal groups being out there among the stars is significant for the long-haul endurance of mankind and that is one explanation. However, at that point the part that I find by most spurring is that it makes a feeling of experience and it makes individuals amped up for what's to come. In the event that you think about two fates, one where we are everlastingly restricted to it until ultimately something awful occurs, or another future where we are out there on numerous planets, perhaps going past the nearby planet group, I feel that subsequent variant is extraordinarily astonishing and moving, and they should be motivations to get up in the morning. You realize life can't simply be about tackling issues in any case. What's the point? It must be things that individuals see as motivating and make life worth living. When my sibling and I were beginning our most memorable organization, rather than getting a loft, we just leased us a little office and we dozed on the sofa. Furthermore, we showered at the YMCA and were so hot up we had one PC, so the compass of the site was up during the day and I was coding around evening time 7 days constantly, and I kind of momentarily had a sweetheart in that period. Also, to be with me she need to rest in the workplace, so I really buckled down like it. I mean each waking hour, that is the what I would agree. On the off chance that you're, especially assuming you're beginning an organization, whatever region that you get into, given that you know, regardless of whether you, on the off chance that you're really great, the best, there's generally an opportunity of disappointment. So I believe it's critical that you, as a matter of fact, like anything that you're doing, in the event that you don't like it, life is excessively short. Assuming you like you're doing, your opinion on it in any event, when you're not working, I mean, it's something that your brain is attracted to, and on the off chance that you could do without it, you super can't make it work. I think